Yeah, hi. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your very late night Smackdown review. I just wanted to rest, so that's why I was not able to do the review earlier as I wanted to. But anyways, it's the last 2 hour Smackdown ever for right now. Um, with SmackDown being on the USA Network. It's going to be going 3 hours now because they're losing Monday Night Raw, and because to make up that money or that profit, and because they wanted to keep 3 hour Raws, or they like the 3 hour Raw format. Unfortunately, SmackDown with Raw going to Netflix and will be 3 hours again. SmackDown will sadly be 3 hours now, and when you see this show, you're questioning yourself, what is 3 hours going to be? Because I gotta tell you, for the last 2 hour Raw, it was terrible. It was terrible. This show was terrible. For the most part, it was absolutely terrible. And then next week is the 3 hour SmackDown. And by the way, they have nothing planned or anything exciting to even try to make you care about the next week's first 3 hour SmackDown. Okay? They have not yet planned something to make you care about next week's 3 hour SmackDown. They're going 3 hours, and there's nothing planned. There's nothing planned to make that show exciting. When Raw went 3 hours for the first time, they obviously it was Raw 1000. Raw 1000 was basically, it was they had to kick off the 3 hour new era that they were doing at the time, a 3 hour Raw. They had the DX segment. They had Triple H and Brock Lesnar interacting to lead to their SummerSlam match being official. They had Undertaker returning with Kane in that segment. They had Cena versus Punk in the main event for the WWE title, and The Rock showing up, and CM Punk's heel turn. You had quite a few moments that happened on that 3 hour Raw that kick-started the Raw being going 3 hours. Obviously, that got old, and people complain about Raw being 3 hours. Unfortunately, SmackDown is going 3 hours. One of the reasons is because of the USA Network. The USA Network, they actually like 3 hour shows or whatever. It gives them that little extra revenue and whatever. Okay. I get it. It's because of money. Okay? But I don't see how really this show, they're really going to benefit in a long-term run. Because look what happened with Monday Night Raw. People complain about Monday Night Raw going 3 hours. Okay? Or eventually, Raw got to be very stale. Now, in recent weeks, with Raw being 2 hours, it's seen more as a positive. Even though the show was pretty boring, regardless, if it's 2 or 3 hours, at least, that less hour is a breath of fresh air. Okay? Unfortunately, Raw is going back to 3 hours on Netflix. And that's going to get boring. And for what I know, WWE is not going to keep up the momentum going after, going to Netflix. Okay, they're not. They're not going to keep up that momentum. SmackDown now going 3 hours is a freaking joke, okay? Because this show is an example of watch this show become a 3 hour show, but then they're going to have more filler going on. And that's what SmackDown's going to be. SmackDown is going to become the 3 hour fucking garbage show. And I honestly see SmackDown probably actually get such low ratings. I do see SmackDown in the future, it's going to lead to SmackDown eventually losing more viewership because of the 3 hour show. The 3 hour Raws killed their viewership. It killed WWE's viewership momentum. to leading to them fans not even giving a fuck. That's why WWE really, if you really think about it, as years goes on, they were losing viewers, and part of the reason because of the 3 hour fucking Raws. Not only like obviously the lack of star power and the push of indie wrestling midgets, all these indie wrestling jobber midgets, and showcasing shoehorning women's goddamn wrestling that no one cares about. That's what led to Raw nobody liking it. Recently you had fans that were praising SmackDown, if you really think about it, because it was 2 hours. But now with SmackDown going 3 hours, so you're gonna have 2 wrestling shows that are gonna be 3 hours, you're gonna honestly see a lot of people not gonna care for SmackDown. And it's going to lead to probably more people less watching the show. And look what's going on now. They're freaking obviously they're heading towards Netflix Raw. They're focusing more so on Raw and Netflix. And it's like they're going to treat SmackDown as the legit B-rated show. Like, even though the show will be live, it's more likely that they're going to treat the SmackDown like they're not even going to treat it with such momentum. They're not even treat look at it already right now. Next week SmackDown is 3 hours, and they have not really hyped that show up as important to be 3 hours. They have not even done anything to make that show important or exciting. Oh, we're gonna get a women's title match that nobody gives a flying fuck about with Nia Jax and Naomi, which we've seen before. Oh, we're going to get Andrade versus Nakamura. Not even for the fucking United States Championship. They're going to do that match. They're not even going to do, okay, so the big thing about SmackDown is Cody, besides the whole bloodline thing, but again, that match is happening on the Raw Netflix. What a joke. And they're going to fucking do Cody versus Owens again, their other match. But we're going to have to wait till the Royal Rumble in February. So they're not even going to give a fuck to make people care about, SmackDown. They're not going to even make people care about, Saturday Night Main Event. Basically, screw Saturday Night Main Event that's coming up in January. They're not even going to make you care about that show. Because, you already know that Cody's going to be fucking retaining, or he's going to still be champion if they do some fake title match with him or whatever. Or they're not even going to try to make that show very important or whatever. So that's what's going to happen. We got to wait till the Royal Rumble. But again, a match like that, like what they announced Cody versus Owens again. This time with a stipulation involved, which is not a bad idea. It would be actually cool to make you care about the 3 hour SmackDown, for fuck's sakes, right? But no, you're not going to see that match happening on SmackDown. Because fuck SmackDown. Fuck SmackDown going 3 hours, and fuck basically making people care about SmackDown. Fuck making you care about all the storyline, the 2 storylines that's so predominant in SmackDown, the Bloodline and the Owens and Cody match or whatever, their feud. They're not even having anything to offer or making you care about really so much of SmackDown for it. They're not going to do anything matches related, or they're not going to do anything much in terms of prestige or even big. Because already what they're doing, they're already cruising to other shows to make you care about those shows rather than SmackDown. And it really feels like SmackDown is going to sadly be the lesser importance, as even compared to, especially with Fox. You could notice that SmackDown does not feel as important as it did when it was on Fox. Since going to the USA Network SmackDowns have really been more so boring. Okay? Not saying that SmackDown has not been boring on Fox, but it's just you could tell by the difference of quality. And, man, the SmackDown suck. Ugh. It sucks and is boring, especially on the USA Network. It's such a darn shame. And the fact that they have not even built anything to the future SmackDown that's coming up with debuting 3 hours, it's just fucking pathetic. You couldn't have announced maybe a Cody Owens match that could lead to the Royal Rumble? Even though it would be prolonging a feud, at least it would be, you have something a little bit exciting to look forward to the 3 hour SmackDown. They can't do like a big tag match with freaking, the Bloodline and New Bloodline even. I don't know, something of importance. I don't know, Cena even appearing on the fucking show for fuck's sakes. I mean, it's the show that he, again, started. Like, wouldn't that be more important to him kick off his little bit of retire? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, people. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. It's absolutely pathetic. It's sad. It's fucking sad what's going on with wrestling. And it's sad for SmackDown. I really... SmackDown was a show that people loved. People would like, SmackDown being the underrated show. Watch SmackDown be, like, so, like, shitted on. Because you can tell, watch when they go 3 hours, not only that it's going to be fucking boring as fuck, because with the Netflix Raw coming up, it's more so that they're going to move people, and they're going to make you care less likely for SmackDown. Man, who's gonna watch SmackDown, honestly? You know what I mean? So that's what's gonna sadly lead to SmackDown perhaps, like, losing such viewership that no one's gonna fucking care about it. It might actually get close to... I'm not saying it'll be as close to AEW ratings, but it might actually be, like, a little close to it. Where they're gonna be getting only consistently 1 million viewers. Which is sad. Like, WWE, it's been losing ratings for how many years? But getting close to AEW ratings is fucking pathetic. Like, that's what might happen. So, it's a darn shame, to know that SmackDown's officially going 3 hours. And they have not even yet to announce anything really exciting for the next week's show. So, it's like, next week's show... Who the hell's gonna really care about the show? Like, I understand they're trying to hype up to the Netflix Raw, but won't it help to make you care about the SmackDown as well? Like, shouldn't that show matter too? But no, it's like they're gonna basically only make you care about Raw, since that's what they're doing, and it's gonna be on Netflix. But eventually, they're gonna not really care much about the Netflix Raw because they got the guaranteed money from both USA and Netflix. Because of that, they're going to basically, waste their time. So, it's a darn shame. It's a real darn shame that that's what they're doing. So, sadly, with SmackDown going 3 hours, it's going to be a pain in the ass. It's going to be very tiring. I'm already tired just talking about it. And, yeah. It's going to be tiring. And, yeah. I don't know what to tell you. It's already tiring to talk about Raw. Raw going back to 3 hours, and now SmackDown's going to suffer the same fate. It's going to be terrible. So SmackDown, as we know it, will not even be the same. It will definitely be sadly pathetic. Not that it's kind of been pathetic for how long now. So, anyways, for the last 2 hour SmackDown. Not much really happened to make you care about the show. Like, seriously. So I don't really know what to say much about SmackDown. I'm just going to go scroll through it because I'm tired. And this show really made me very tired. But we're going to basically just get along with it because, yeah. Gotta get my reading glasses. And I obviously hope y'all drink your cola magnificently. Spider-Man bitches go, oh shit, on the big black couch. Can't drink my cola at the moment. But anyways, again, I hope everyone had a good holiday weekend. Or not weekend, a good holiday week. It is, again, Christmas week, and it is the SmackDown after Christmas. So, yeah. Anyways, we have a Nick Aldis promo. He says, following the Saturday Night Main Event, Kevin was making the claim that he being the champion. Let me make this clear. He is not. He was defeated by Cody Rhodes. Nonetheless, Kevin is in possession of the vaulted win the Eagle Championship belt. Something that means a lot to a lot of other people. It means a lot to me, me representing the legacy and the tradition of WWE. It represents history and greatness. It was presented to Cody Rhodes as a gesture to the trust of the WWE Undisputed Champion. Kevin has no right to be or claim to be that championship belt, so no man follows. If Kevin Owens does not relinquish the Winged Eagle Championship tonight, or he will face severe consequences that will impact your future of the WWE. There's not a negation. This is a one opportunity that you do the right thing. We then have a Nia Jax promo. She talks about how she kept getting blamed for attacking Jade Cargill, and then she says, "Oh, it wasn't me. It might be other people like Bianca." And then Bianca's like, "Wait, how many times I have to tell you I did not touch Jade? None of us did. And whatnot. You know, we sexy black bitches. We didn't touch that other black bitch. We ain't gonna do black on black crime, bitch." And Naomi got blamed, and then Tiffany time blamed, and then, you know, Candace the Rude blamed. Everybody blaming each other, and then at least a garbage match that lasted for how many minutes? Just to waste time. So maybe this is an example of what we expect for a 3-hour Raw. Maybe dragged out matches that are boring. And that's what killed Monday Night Raw, and this is what's going to kill SmackDown. Bianca Belair, Naomi, and Bayley defeated Tiffany Stratton, Candice LeRae, and Nia Jax in a 6-woman tag match. Eventually, this leads to Naomi being announced that she's going to challenge Nia Jax again for the Women's Championship next week, and nobody fucking cares. The Grayson Waller gives Nick Aldis an invoice for Braun Strowman destroying the set of the Grayson Waller thing, and that leads him to having a match with one of the Grayson Waller people, aka Austin Theory, I think, whatever. We see Sami Zayn talk to Nick Aldis. It's like, "Oh, he's been put with a decision. You know, there's only fair to show up, but what happened, what the Bloodline did to me and Jay?" And then Carmelo joins the conversation, and he says, "You know, I got Christmas cards. It's featured me beating Braun Strowman," and then Zayn tells him to wait your turn. Like, "Well, when you talking about me waiting my turn, I don't want to talk to Carmelo. You know, you got a problem with me? I'll go sell in the ring and shit." So, like, great, a stupid interaction lead to a match cliche. Whatever. Who cares? Second match, Braun Strowman defeats Austin Theory. And then, yeah, whatever. This leads to, like, I don't know if he's angry. He's angry at Carmelo. So now the SmackDown will be moving 3 hours. Again, a simple announcement, not like it's, like, important. Okay, if SmackDown was really going 3 hours, why the fuck did they wait the last minute to announce that it's going 3 hours? You know what I mean? It's like, wow, no one's gonna fucking notice that this show's going 3 hours, really. That's what it seems like. Nick Aldis asks DIY if they attacked Street Profits, but then, and then Pretty Deadly got involved and says, like, "No, we did not. It was Los Garza." So they pointed blame on Los Garza, and that leads to the Street Profits attacking Los Garza, and then they're going to have a match instead now. Nick, then we have a Kevin Owens promo. It's like, "Nick, I heard what you said. I heard it all, and I heard you said I'm not a real champion, but this means like I have this. I deserve to have this. I'm the true rightful champion, and I heard ultimatum. You want me to give it back? So I'll give it back, but as long as I get my chance. But let's talk me and you, whatever." We then have Chelsea Green. She has her promo celebrating her win. Says, thank you. I want to take this time to address the fine people at WWE Universe that we did it. We officially turned the blue brand into the greenhouse. I don't know how that means. But now Fergie used to use the letters glamorous to describe this very moment. And this moment will be featured as the most glamorous, richest, tannest, sparklest, tallest, youngest, oldest, longest reigning, first time ever United States Women's Champion. And I feel like unnecessary the recognition of the women that's been through it all, the women who stood by my side, and that was me, who was honored to bring pride and sexiness to the ring. Because I mean, let's be honest, if it weren't for me, you will be stuck for street trolls in the back. Now to my trash loving opponent mention, I have 2 words for you: good riddance. I would like to say to you that this too could be a champion like myself, but I'm Canadian. Canadians don't lie. Okay, well, I will say Michin is honestly shocked that you even made it to the tournament at all. Well, folks, I actually challenge yourself. Not what Chelsea Green can do for you, but what you can do for Chelsea Green. Now it's time, people. 2025 was the year of red, white, and green. So she likes green. Is that her fucking thing now? I don't know, but it's actually not a bad promo. You know, it's interesting. Michin comes and says, "In case you forgot, if it wasn't for your goofy friend that Saturday Night Main Event, I would have been cheap. And actually, I'm gonna take a page out of your book and choose my little friend to give you an ass whooping that you deserve." And she hits both of them with a candlestick, and then whatever, and then they both retreat. The third match, the Street Profits defeats Los Garza, and yeah, you get an Andrade promo for God knows what reason, and he's gonna he challenges Nakamura. It's not even for the title or whatever. Pretty Deadly wants to strike a deal with DIY and whatever, and then the Street Profits, they want their shot, but they're told that they have to go back in line, and then Apollo Crews, so Street Profits and DIY that DIY wasn't behind their attack. Whatever. Okay. So apparently, I'll get it. Apollo Crews is the tattletale, whatever. Fourth match, Sami Zayn defeats Carmelo Hayes. Nobody cares, but that was by disqualification. And then the new Bloodline attacks him. Then Strowman got involved. He was attacking Carmelo Hayes to get revenge, but then he decided to take his attention to the new Bloodline, and we had the Bloodline. They had their issues with Strowman. Strowman does take them out for a bit, but then eventually they mow him down. Sammy tries to help, but then he gets attacked too. But then that happens. Kevin Owens comes out right after that. Nick Aldis says, "Kevin, I always seen that you need never step, but there's one thing you left to do the right thing, give me back the title." And then Kevin was like, "You want to remind it because I think it's the worst I could do. Please explain to me why should I give you back? There's only a bargaining chip that is to make sure it was fair. It's just a rematch for the WWE World Chip. I would have won, but Cody cheated or whatever." Nick Aldis says, "I always said that this is not negotiable. You should give me back the title." And then Cody Rhodes makes his entrance. Nick Aldis says, Cody, I told you should be back safe for your health. Please stay in the back." And then Cody says, "Nick, I'm not walking away. Respectfully, I don't want to have Owens get into the championship. I don't want you to be making a martyr of somebody to be getting a martyr." So, so how much he said, "Karen, you made this all about yourself, and how what happened. Let's rewind the Saturday Night Main Event. The same thing you did to me, I was gonna do to you. And I was young, But here's the thing, when I met you, I was young, I was hungry, I was frustrated, I was trying to climb the ladder, and everything you do, blah blah blah. I do this for my people, for my people. I do this for my cousin, who's the timekeeper, my little buddy, who's sitting in the front row, my mentor. I'm gonna get revenge because what you did to me, I'm gonna do to you, and not worse. Especially, I'm gonna hurt you." Kevin Owens then says, "I did this for my family and everybody." And Cody says, "Kevin, shut up. I've had enough. The simple question is, we were friends before when I was WWE champion, right? Are we friends now? Absolutely not. You want a match where the referee doesn't screw you? Great, let's do it. Where we don't have a referee screwing you, because I want to do what you did to me, but if not worse. And how about we don't have a referee? It's all about climbing. This is all about climbing. Let's take that championship, my championship, and put it on top, and we'll climb a ladder to win this title." So we're gonna get a ladder match, and now it's gonna be for the undisputed WWE type of WWE World Championship, similar to the 2 IC titles back at WrestleMania 10. Nick Aldis says, "Ladies and gentlemen, okay, fine. The Royal Rumble, it'll be both of you for the undisputed WWE Championship in the ladder match with both titles." And then Kevin says, "Sounds great to me. I'll see you there, okay?" And then he shoves Aldis to Cody. And then, And then he delivers a cheap shot, and Owens repeatedly shouts, "I'm the true champion!" You see, this would have been perfect for next week's show. You know, again, Raw, they already kind of basically made that show the biggest as they can. Like, why not try to make people care for SmackDown, and they could have already tried to do something set up to, like, another match at the Rumble. They could have done, like, you know, like, first of all, I mean, they could have done, like, where maybe, like, you know, a no qualification match on next week's show, and then it could lead to a ladder match. Like, they do somehow a no contest where they can't even continue, and it would lead to the ladder match. You know what I mean? Or they could have done the ladder match again, and they could have easily, like, set up, like, a steel cage or whatever. Just something. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like, what are they going to do on next week's SmackDown? You know? Next week's SmackDown does not even look even big enough. That, like, the show being made to 3 hours is a fucking mistake. That show does, and again, when you had Raw going from 2 to 3 hours, like, the reason why people cared about Raw is, like, when it went 3 hours, because they were special. Now, you're going to 3 hours, there's no specialty involved. It's just like, wow, it's just, again, I understand money, but, like, sometimes, you know, again, even WWE said this themselves. You know, years ago, Nick Khan, right? He said, you know, they would make more money if SmackDown was 8 hours and SmackDown was 6 hours. But they know that that's not good for their television. Well, unfortunately, money talks. The USA wants that revenue, that's what's going to happen. Just know that this is going to kill you. Your ratings are not going to be good. The show is not going to be good. Whatever. The main event segment was whatever. But overall, this show was pretty much atrocious. This was an atrocious show. For the last Raw of 2024 and the last Raw that's going to be 2 hours, it was terrible. And next week will be worse. Let's just say that. Like, there's SmackDown heading to 2025. It's going to look like it's going to be fucking terrible. Let's just say that. I'm just keep it real. Get your gains. Cole's magnificently. Spider missing bitches go, oh shit. That's what I'm done gotta say. Screw this SmackDown, and screw SmackDown going 3 hours. It was good while it lasted, being 2 hours. But now being 3 hours is gonna be a killer. It's gonna be the worst mistake WWE has done. Till next time, peace. Yeah, bye. Garbage.